What's up guys, Willie Schwank here with DonkeyBassCo. Today's video is going to feature this month's Monster Bass box as well. If you haven't seen the full unboxing yet, click right up there, check it out for yourself. Today's video, however, is going to be a little different. I'm going to jump inside the pool behind me, use my GoPro, let you guys see how these lures in this month's box work underneath the surface, give you a first-hand look at that, and as well give me a little more in-depth feel of how I'm going to fish it for future content. So I'm going to tie on some of these lures in this month's box, and I'll catch you guys underneath the water here shortly. All right guys, so that first lure you saw was the Rabid Baits Monster Craw. Retailing for $7, it comes in a pack of 4. It's a finesse soft plastic, obviously portraying a natural craw. I paired it on a Ned rig, definitely one way that I would fish that lure, especially in the colder temps in the fall and the winter when the bites are super finicky. Right now, I'd probably pair it up on a finesse jig, bitsy bug, the Stanley Jig that they featured in this month's box as well. Love the color of the soft plastic. This is in the red craw pattern. I love the way this craw falls in the water and when it hits the bottom. Those feathered-like craws give it a little lifelike action, a little bit of flutter to them. There's really nothing negative to say about this craw. I'm kind of interested to see how the soft plastic holds up, especially coming in a pack of 4. But like I said, nothing negative to say. Ned rig fishing is one of my favorite ways to catch fish, especially on super light line. The next lure you're seeing is the Larue Tattle-Tale worm. This is another finesse style soft plastic. This is in their all black pattern, retailing for $5. This was developed and invented by an elite series angler, John Murray himself. This is made for drop shotting, shaky head fishing, or even Texas rigging like I did in this video. This was also paired on the 4-aught from Sandbar Tackle itself. Love the look of those hooks, love the look of this worm. And the one thing that really caught my eye about this worm is the tapered tail. It almost gives a wave-like action as it hits the bottom and as it falls, definitely gonna catch a bass's attention. And that all black pattern will be perfect silhouette for that dirty water when visibility is non-existent. This is the Booyah Bait Squelcher, one of their buzz baits. This one retails for $8. It's in their black and red pattern. The first thing you're gonna notice about this topwater is how big that prop is. You tie it on, you're gonna realize it's a very big bite bait. But that bubble trail that it kicks up on top of the surface is perfect. That silhouette right underneath the surface as well, perfectly smooth from that skirt. Gonna be interesting to see if I'm gonna need to tie on a paddle tail behind it as a trailer. Sometimes I do it from a buzzbait, sometimes I don't. It all just depends. But I haven't fished a buzzbait in a while. Definitely looking forward to throwing this because I have a feeling there's gonna be a huge bass caught on it. It always gets me excited seeing that little prop just kick up right on top of the surface. Always makes me anticipate a bite. This is the Lunkerhut Kraken. This one retails for $5. I love the gold blade, the chartreuse pattern that is perfect for that dirty water. And I also love the way it wobbles in the water as you're seeing it right now. It gives a lot more life underneath the surface. It has a 4-aught bait keeper on the back. One thing that I kind of do when it comes to chatterbait fishing, bladed jig fishing, is more oftentimes than not, I tie on a paddle tail as a trailer. If I'm looking for a fast action on the back side of it, I go with the Excite Baits Shad Nasty. If I'm looking for a more slow thumping action, I go with the Strike King Rage Menace. This all kind of depends on where you're fishing and the type of mood the bass are in that day. But I love the way this lure works in the water. I love the lifelike action, a little more wobble to it, a little more natural, almost like a weighted swim bait. You can definitely catch a big fish on this. I'm looking forward to throwing this. I already have confidence just seeing it in the water, and I kept gaining it as I kept seeing it. This right here is the Stanley Jig. This is one of their casting jigs. This is a finesse style, definitely in the 1/16 ounce, black and blue. The one thing I love about this jig, first and foremost, is that it's hand-tied skirts. Definitely shows some passion and some love for those lures that those guys are creating down there. I love the way that skirt falls down to the surface, and as it opens up, definitely gonna show a creature bait or a finesse craw like the Rabid Baits Monster Craw very nicely. I love the black and blue pattern. Like I said in the unboxing, I love catching bass on jigs, flipping up in brush. Gonna be interesting to see how that holds up fishing around trees, rocks, how that paint holds up, and how that hook keeps those fish pinned. But definitely love the fact that there was a jig in this month's box. I've been kind of waiting for that. Looking forward to throwing that one from Stanley Jigs. The next lure you're seeing right now is the Bait Lab Ultimate Strike Shad. This is in their laser perch pattern. This one retails for $9. It's a floating crankbait, medium diver, 4 to 12 feet. Love the aspect of it being a floating crankbait. So anytime I hit a piece of structure, a tree, a rock, I'm gonna let it float up a little bit, and more oftentimes than not, that bass is gonna key in on that right there, kind of portraying a stunned bait fish. And I also love the paint design. Definitely caught my eye, and it was really cool to see underneath the surface. gained a lot more confidence looking at it. I'm not really a huge crankbait fisherman when it comes to moving baits. I'm more so along the bladed jig type aspect or a weighted swim bait, but looking forward to throwing this crankbait. That's the one from Bait Labs. The last lure you're seeing right now is the Chase Baits Rip Snorter. This one retails for $12.50. This is in their herring pattern. I love the paint job, really realistic. The thing that caught my eye first and foremost was where the eyelet was located. With the eyelet being on top of the body, it obviously told me it's going to be a almost lipless crankbait type action, and that's what you're seeing right now. That tight wobble with that downward angle. I love the fact that there's a willow blade underneath it as well. Gonna catch the bass's eye just a hair more with that little reflection from that blade, make it portray a bait fish even more so. I was pretty shocked by this lure when I was down there, seeing how tightly that movement was, and the fact that it actually looked and moved like a lipless crankbait is pretty cool. So looking forward to throwing that one. All right guys, that's gonna conclude today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoyed getting a first-hand look at the lures in this month's box underneath the water. Definitely was pretty cool to do for me. I have not done that before, so if you guys enjoyed it, I can definitely do some more videos like that in the near future. Don't forget to hit a like on this video, comment your favorite lure that you saw underneath the surface. Don't forget to subscribe to MONSTERBASSCo, check that link in the description. And as well guys, don't forget to subscribe to DonkeyBassCo as well. And as always guys, I will catch you later on the next video. Peace.